There's so much drama going on right now.
Girl, she not ready to have her.
Hey, what is up all my social climbing friends? It's Dustin and I am back with another video. In this video, I want to discuss Ryland Adams as well as some things that went on with James Charles and Manny MUA, including Alicia Keys. So if you are here for that, please stay tuned to this video. But before I jump in, I would like to say thank you to the sponsor of this video, Adam and Eve. Right now, if you go over to adamandeve.com and use code Dustin, you'll get 50% off one item as well as free shipping to the US and Canada. Some exclusions do apply. As always with Adam and Eve, keep in mind when you shop Adam and Eve, you get 24/7 customer support, 90-day hassle-free returns, and 20% of their profit goes to fight the spread of HIV and AIDS, so that's an amazing cause. So if you guys are so inclined, please go over to adamandeve.com, use code Dustin, get 50% off one item as well as free shipping, and enjoy yourself. So with all of that said, let's jump into this video. So Ryland Adams has basically broken his silence about Shane Dawson, and I feel pretty much in the same way about Morgan as I do Ryland, because Ryland is engaged to Shane. I don't really understand the thought process that people thought that Ryland was going to get on video and drag Shane. That's like rule number one of a relationship. You're supposed to side with your partner. Now, I understand calling someone out when they're wrong and things like that. And Ryland did go in depth and say that he did not agree or condone the old videos that Shane posted. He did say that there's like more and more and more coming out about Shane every day. Pretty much now, I think everything's out there in the open. There's not one thing about Shane Dawson that none of us do not know. And Ryland completely disagreed with Shane's old videos. He said that he's been with him for 4 years. And there's literally nobody that I could think of that would know Shane Dawson and his character and his true actions and his intent with people better than Ryland. If there was ever a person that meant stand by your man or represented stand by your man, it would be Ryland Adams, because as you guys know, when everything happened with Tati and Shane went on this live stream and he basically called Tati a liar and then deleted his tweet that he put out about her, Ryland was definitely on Twitter trying to get people together. Don't Tray Me was really one of the funniest moments I think in internet history. That was honestly one of the funniest things to come out of all of this, because Ryland tweeted out, "Don't try me." Well, he tried to tweet out, "Do not try me," but he put, "Do not tray me." I don't really understand why my person that cuts my grass decided to show up now while I'm recording a video. I will try to edit that out. Hopefully you guys will not hear that. But overall, in a nutshell, with Ryland, I believe that Ryland did the right thing. He pretty much addressed everything about Shane and how he stands by him, and he spoke to Shane's character and who he is today, and that's really what I wanted to see, because as I said in my previous video, if you cancel someone and you do not allow them the ability to grow, that's just you being someone that dwells in negativity. And I understand that some people do deserve to be canceled if in fact the things alleged against them can be backed up and fact-checked and 100% proven without a shadow of a doubt. But there's been allegations about Shane Dawson that cannot be proven, and I just cannot stand by something like that. But I still do think that Shane Dawson does need to stay away from the internet and work on himself and come back at a later date. Now, with all of that said, let's jump into everything that happened with Alicia Keys, James Charles, and Manny MUA. Now, for those of you that don't know, Alicia Keys has been very vocal over the past couple of years about makeup and how she really doesn't care for makeup and how she likes to be all natural. She has amazing skin. I can't think of very many celebrities that look good without makeup, but Alicia Keys is definitely one of them. She always has this glow about her skin. I would love to know her skin care routine. It is amazing, right? But news broke the other day that she was going to be launching like this collab type of thing with Elf Cosmetics, and James Charles and Manny MUA chimed in, and a lot of people were really not happy about it, because under the pretense that she was launching a makeup brand, it would be kind of sketch. But of course, later it came out that it was going to be a skincare line, and this was much more fitting. So going into this, I do want to say that I understand where Manny as well as James were coming from with this, thinking that maybe it could possibly be like a makeup collaboration for someone that's been so outspoken about makeup and how they don't like to wear it. But it did get a little bit shady, and there were some things that they said that people really did not like. So James Charles tweeted out and said, "People who do not wear makeup should not be coming out with makeup brands, but that's just my opinion. Reworded the original tweet because people assumed I was shading my own friends or people I love, which is not the case, LOL." He said, "I'm sick of people who have no business coming out with makeup brands coming out with makeup brands." And then Manny chimed in, and a lot of people really did not agree with him. Manny said, does anyone else get slightly irritated when celebs come out with entire makeup brands, especially when those celebs don't even wear makeup? I'm like, girl. Someone replied to Manny and said, this is debatable. I wouldn't mind someone being the face of a brand, like Charlie and Dixie being the face of Morphe too, because it directs towards a younger audience, but creating your own makeup brand is very different. Manny said, oh, being the face of something is so different than having your own brand. Someone replied to Manny and said, just say you're afraid of competition and go. Manny replied to this and said, competition? I ain't competing with no one but myself, but I can smell a cash grab a mile away. And a lot of people forget that Kesha came out with this makeup brand maybe a couple months ago. I can't remember exactly the timeline. I know it was probably around the first of the year, end of last year. And I was actually one of the people that was kind of like shook by it, because I'm like, Kesha doesn't really wear that much makeup. She's not somebody, when I think of makeup, I think, oh my God, what is Kesha wearing? How did she get this look? You know what I mean? So I completely understand the sentiment that James as well as Manny were saying and getting at with these shady tweets, but it really did come back to bite them when it came out that it was actually a skincare line, and this was much more fitting for Alicia Keys. So basically, after James got called out by a lot of people, he, the next day, actually tweeted out an apology to Alicia Keys and added her. I don't know if Alicia Keys knows who James Charles is. It's possible that she does. I don't know. I don't know how she felt about what he said, or if she even knew what he said. And quite honestly, I don't think Alicia Keys would be really bothered by a makeup guru from YouTube, but I digress. But James Charles had the following to say about what he said in his original tweets about Alicia Keys and this possible makeup collaboration. Yesterday, I posted a subtweet about how I thought some celebrities shouldn't launch makeup lines. It was about Alicia Keys. A few years ago, she announced that she no longer wears makeup. So I was bothered because many celebrities come into the beauty space as a cash grab without any actual passion and then leave. I deleted the tweet after a few minutes because it's childish to indirectly tweet someone, and I'm not a gatekeeper of makeup. Anyone should be able to secure their bag, and it's not up to me which brands people should or shouldn't support. I'm now glad that I did delete it, because after reading further, I learned that the beauty line is skincare. This was my mistake, and I should have read more before tweeting, because literally, who better to talk about keeping your skin clear without makeup? Regardless of my intention with my tweet, it ended up being a microaggression against someone I respect. So to Alicia Keys, I owe a direct apology. I'm sorry it wasn't my place to gatekeep the industry. I can't wait to support and try out the products and know the brand will be worth $1 billion in a few years. So honestly, I think that this is actually a major step for James Charles. He admitted that he did something wrong, or what people believed he did wrong. I don't think that there's anything really wrong with voicing an opinion if your opinion isn't like way too abrasive or offensive. But I think that it's really grown up, and it shows character growth for James Charles to actually own his mistake, admit that he did wrong, and then move on. This is literally what we ask people to do all the time, but I still saw people dragging James Charles after the fact for this. I really don't understand that. He did the right thing in this situation. He admitted that he didn't know everything and that he made a snap judgment about a situation and a particular person. He educated himself, and then he moved on and addressed it in a proper way. Now, as for Manny, I haven't really seen anything from Manny that would indicate that he really feels any kind of way about this situation. I know that there were people tweeting back to him asking if he was talking about Selena Gomez, because Selena Gomez is actually launching a makeup brand, I believe. And I don't believe that Manny has addressed the situation at all. And if that's his prerogative, I don't believe that he has to. What I will say is the Selena Gomez people were really going hard on these two, Manny as well as James Charles, because they were not having it. I did not know that Alicia Keys and Selena Gomez fans were so like hardcore. But with all that said, you guys, I would really like to know your thoughts and opinions on this whole thing with Ryland. How do you feel? Do you feel any kind of way about it? Do you feel like he's standing by his man and that's the right thing to do? Or do you feel like he should have just got on the internet and dragged Shane Dawson to filth, even though that's his fiance, and I don't really understand why anyone would expect him to do that? And how do you feel about Alicia Keys coming out with a skincare line? I'm personally excited about it. You guys know that I love skincare, although you really can't tell it right now the way my face looks. And how do you think James Charles as well as Manny MUA handled this whole situation with Alicia Keys and the backlash that they got from it? I would like to know all your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below, because I do read comments and I do reply. So you guys leave me some good feedback. And while you're at it, if you would like, again, go over to adamandeve.com and use code Dustin and get 50% off one item as well as free shipping. And I will see you all in my next video. I hope you all have the most amazing day ever, and stay safe, you guys. Bye.